What's going on, everyone? I wanted to show these beautiful journals that I made. I made these little kits to go along with them. There can be a journal, somewhat of a notebook, but they're made out of paper bags, and I thought that they were so cute. I made a nice tutorial on doing them all, and somehow I deleted the footage, so I haven't put them up, but I plan to recreate. Now, these are the two kits that I wanted to go ahead and get ready. I have these available on my site. By the end of this video, I should include a clip and a to go along with this one, so you can make this one like this, and this one is just going to be in a sort of farmhouse, sort of homely and floral kind of theme. And then I've got some extra cutout cards here, sort of like with this look. And then I also, for this one, I made it with a, I'm going to include one of these sort of trim to go along with this. And this is some sort of like Maggie Holmes kind of. Yeah, this is Maggie Holmes sort of scrapbook papers to go along with this. And I'll actually include that to play along with that. And I've cut the paper to try to, you can play around with where you want to go with that, different sizes. And I'll do the tutorial and show you how you can fit along and see where you want to place. And then I will get that ready. But this is one kit that'll be listed, and this is another kit. And like I said, I will add a closure for that. And then these, some other ideas. Here's another one. And then, like I said, there is a pocket here. And then there is a opening. There's a pocket here and here. And I've already cut down the sizes. What I can go ahead and do is I'm doing this along to try to make it easier looking at the point of view. I will go ahead and leave numbers lightly here and on the back of the paper. And like I said, I went on and distressed this with some ink here and kind of spruced that up, and I thought it gave it a little bit of character. And this one I just added some ribbon. And then on this one I just wrapped some ribbon around it. And the same thing here. And as you can see, this is a dark green. I don't know if you can pick that up really on the camera. Well, let's see. Oh, I made it. There we go. And we've got plenty of room to add things in there. And depending on how you put your bag in there. But I will show you during the tutorial. And then in this, I added some ribbon on the seam, and then I will wrap that up. Okay, let's get the tutorial started. Okay, so first of all, I'm just starting with some plain grocery bags. Obviously, if you're using like a Trader Joe's kind of bag, you're going to want to rip off your handles. But these are just grocery bags that don't have any, so it was nice and smooth, and there's no writing on mine, so it was a lot easier. But I'm just taking some Distress ink, and I am just inking up my edges. I just like the look of it, so I'm just doing that first and just getting that all inked down. just giving me a nice palette to work with. And then I am just going to take my bags here and kind of size them up. I'm just going to lay them over. Now on this one, I'm going to do the opposite side of the ones that I am going to include that I put up on my site for sale. As you can see, the opening is on the edge there, and this is how you did it. And just basically see how switching then the opening is on the other side. So I thought that I would switch it up and just show the other one how it is. But I am, like I said, in the ones that I'm including for sale, I am including one of the bags so that it's an easy tutorial because there's an example there. So, but I am just sizing it up and seeing, and then just showing you there's different ways that you also can do this. There's really no wrong way or right, just how you want to put it. You can even make it as some kind of folio and kind of switch it up and lay it. But basically what I'm going to do is just lay it down this way, and I'm going to do, like I said, the opposite. So my opening is going to be on the out right there. So getting my layers together, and basically I'm just going to take some glue. I decided to use score tape in doing this and not use wet glue. I just didn't want to ruffle or wrinkle it up any more than necessary. So I'm just going to use some score tape. By all means, if you're doing this and you have a glue gun, go ahead and use your gun. I use score tape because it's easier for me in my hands. So I am just laying several layers of tape down, and then I'm going to go ahead and just stick my bag. Now, like I said, if you want your opening on the outside, I would lay the left side of the bag down first, and then your right side you're going to apply to it. But I'm doing the opposite so I can show you how it turns out with the opposite way. And the only thing I'm doing here is see how it's not totally flush to the edge. There's a little bit of gap there, and I'm doing that so that I can fold it easily. So I'm leaving a gap there so you can kind of have that little fold there. See, you can fold it in easily. So now I'm just making sure everything came out crisp and getting it all nice, and you can see how it just unfolds very easily, and that part is done. Now I have these already cut apart, and like I said, if you are doing this, your measurements are going to be all different compared to what kind of bag that you use. So I didn't use any measurements, but the ones that I have done, I've already kind of cut these up, and I thought that I was going to number it, but I'm not going to. So because it's just the fun of it. It's very easy. So you can see I'm taking the two smaller parts. They're obviously smaller, and they're going to be used in the back underneath the flaps. So all you have to do is just do like I did here, kind of pre-lay everything out. So I obviously use those two, and then when laying them, you're going to want to lay them down a little bit away from the crack so that you can be able to fold it easily. And then the second one, I took the other two that are the smaller ones. They're not as wide as the others, and they're going to go on your other inside flaps there. That's like the base of the bag. So you're going to go ahead and find those, and I think I even end up switching these around on the other side, or I ended up turning it around. So I want to show you how easy it was. So I'm just laying these down, and then Now I'm looking at the pieces that I have left. So I kind of want to see what I want to put in the front, and I'm even going to change that up. So what piece I want in the front, what I want to open to, and then basically what I want on the back. And that changes everything. So I didn't want that on the back. And so I pulled that out, and then I looked at my coordinating papers. So basically, if you're creating this and you're cutting out your own papers, you just have to remember what you want to look at and how I wanted. Oh, I like that as the base in the middle. So then I kind of created the other ones around that. What's going to coordinate good? Okay, so I don't want to use that blue on the outside because I have that striped blue in the middle. And so now I'm going to cave everything around there. So then I decided that, you know what, I like this up front because that's what I want to be my piece, my base piece, and then I like that in the back. So then I ended up flipping everything around to coordinate that. And that gives me my start. So then, okay, I have this blue here, and then I have this floral here. Okay, that's going to work. They both kind of look, and then I open that up and I have that blue. Okay, I'm going to turn that around. And then if I do that like that, then these are upside down. So I flip those around. And then if you have something with wording, that's something that you want to look at. You want to make sure that before you start tackling anything down, that you have everything lined up and nothing's upside down. That way you won't have any mistakes later. So with prepping this, it looks nice, and I think I'm ready to go. Now these are the tear apart parts that I have that I've already got from this collection. So I'm going to just use these in my project. And then as you can see here, I kind of like, okay, you know what, this can work. And this is personally, this LOL, that's one of my favorite. I don't know, I just keep using this. It's one of my favorites. So I'm definitely ready to go now. So now I'm just going to go ahead and round my corners, and then I'm going to go back and fix that one, as you can see there. And now see how they are perfectly. And then if I did cut it a little bit longer, because you know bags can vary, all that you can do is just take your little trimmer and trim it out. So on this one, once I went on and used my score tape and scored it down very good, and like I said, I'm using the tape instead of the glue because I wanted to make sure I didn't have any extra rippling. But I went on and tackled that down first. So I'm just going to do the reverse of what I wanted to do. I'm just going to go ahead and use my inkling of edges afterwards. And then in the next clip, I should be able to show you how I did it beforehand. Okay, and this one I haven't tacked down my paper yet. I have already rounded my corners, and then now I'm just going to go ahead and ink up the edges, and then I'm going to go ahead and just tack it down on the paper. And as you can see now, I just like that look. It just gives it some extra exposure there with that done. And then on these, since these are in the corner there, I didn't really feel like I needed to do any rounding. So what I'm going to do is just stick that down. And once I get a nice gap, because I don't want, I want to be able to smoothly, and then I'm going to go back later and tackle that down to create the pocket. But I just want to make sure everything is straight first. Okay, so now it looks like it's coming together. I've got it all folded down and everything is nice and nice. And as you can see here, I'm showing you how I did this one the opposite way. And then this one has the pocket going the other side. And then as you can see, the flap is on the outer side. So the only thing is this one that I'm doing now, I really couldn't do a ribbon on the outside fold if I wanted to, because my pocket on the outside would be in the way. The one that I just showed you, you could actually do that because the like I did with the trim you couldn't put on that side, because see that pocket is there. I hope I'm being clear, but I just wanted to show the variance of that. And so here, as you can see, I've stuck down my cut aparts there, and I've got them all laid down, and I got it how I want it. And this one, like I said, now I just need to do my pockets there once I got everything good and tacked down, and I like how it's flowing. So I am just going to lay some score tape and tack that down. Now this is about the only area where I would say that I would, go ahead, me personally, use some wet glue to reinforce, to make sure that my pocket lays down. And I would probably, I'll just go ahead and use both score tape and glue. And then here is where I created the clip. I used the clip on this one as the closure, and I'm just using the larger binder clips as I showed you here, and I'm just using a scrap piece of paper. As you can see, it doesn't even really cover the whole thing, but as you're going to use the clip, you're going to bend down the sides, so as you can see there, it really doesn't matter because I'm going to cover it up with bling anyway, and I don't want to go too far up the clip because it's going to come down. So all I'm going to do is just score tape the paper, and then I took some glue, the glue gun, and glued that down. And so now I have that tacked down, and I can add things in here with my pocket. And then I have the other side here. I have this big pocket here, and then I have the other pocket here. And I add a flower down there in the corner. And I'm loving how this turned out, and I thought I would share, and I hope you're able to create something similar. I think it's so cute. And then now, once I get this filled up, all I have to do is add my little clip here. And I think that this project was so cute, and I hope you'd recreate it. And if you'd like I said, I have some kits available, and this would be something fun to sit in home and create. And if you're interested in anything I showed in this video, don't be afraid to email me or comment below, and I can help you recreate something if you'd like. So here is another look at the kits that I have already put together, and I went on and wrapped them up and packaged them up for you. And I just always just want to say thanks for watching, and see you later, Craftinistas.